Welcome back to the page, guys. I hope you're all well. Now, in a previous video on this E36, I did say that we were attempting to get this car done in just 21 days. This is a BMW E36 M3. And we've got 21 days to get this M3 back on the road. But unfortunately, a few things have held us up. But as you can see, we have been cracking on with this build. Now, before we get into what we've done to this car since the last video, I do just want to say a great big thank you to each and every single one of you guys that have subscribed to the channel, new and old. And if you haven't already subscribed, then now would be a perfect opportunity to do just that, and you'll be kept up to date with things just like this. But again, before we get into what I've done, I do also want to say a great big thank you to this video and this channel sponsor, Holy. So Holy is a healthy alternative to the conventional energy drinks that you can buy in the shop today, and not only does it have no sugar, no additives and no preservatives, it works out to roughly around about 80 pence per serving, so it is also considerably cheaper. It's also pretty easy to mix this stuff together, as all you need to do is you need to grab your beaker, you grab your sachet of whatever flavouring it is that you've picked, you put it into your beaker, you add the water, you give it a good shaking, and there you are, it is ready to drink. It is really as simple as that. Not only is it cheap per serving and easy to mix together, it also tastes absolutely fantastic as well. So I suggest that you take advantage of the special offer that Holy have got on at the moment for their 4-year anniversary, and you can do that by following the code below, as you can see on the screen. You can use TDM5 to get 5% off your first order, and with their special offer as well, you'll also receive an extra £10 off that, so that is a total of £15 off your first order with the code TDM5, and then you can also receive 10% off every order after that using the code TDM10. So all you got to do to use that code is follow the link in the description below, and you'll be able to grab your starter pack today. But for now, thanks Holy, but I think we should get into what we've done on this E36. So there we go, that is the majority of this E36, all stripped down. As you've seen, we've removed various trim pieces, we've got the mirrors off, and we've also got the front wings off. Now, for those that were wondering why we were replacing these wings here, if you take a look at the bottom edge, just along there where it goes onto the floor pan, you will see that it is completely rotten, it's past repair, so that is the reason why these have come off, and we are going to be replacing both of them. We've also got the inner arch liners there, along with both the seals, as you can see, and those seals are what hold the arch liners to the inner lips of those wings to stop them dropping out. Now, you may have also seen just that once we pulled those wings off, if we bring the camera in down here, you'll see that we've got holes just here, so we've got some rotten metal there. If we bring the camera around to the other side, you'll be able to see that again, earlier on in the video, as we pulled the wings off, we found some more rust and rot, so we have got to be getting this addressed. But luckily for me, where the rust and rot is on this E36, apart from the jacking points, they are all in areas where it is not going to stop me from getting the car painted. Time is of the essence. We've only got Kyle for so long helping with this job, as he has got other things to do. So while we've got the sort of extra manpower, that is what we're going to do. We're going to get the rest of the car painted, and then we will address the rust afterwards. Now, some of you may remember that in a previous video, we had the windscreen pulled out of this E36, and the reason we did that was so that we were able to address this section just here. Now, I'm hoping that it's savable, but chances are it's not going to be. So worst case is we cut a section out there, we make a new section and we get it welded in. Once we've got that area addressed and we're happy that everything around the screen is all good, we can then turn our attention to this part of the lower driver's door just here. Now, if I bring the camera in, you'll see we've got a little bit of rust forming. It is all flaky and scabby. Again, I'm hoping it is savable, but again, if it's not, we can cut a section out just there and we can get a fresh piece welded in. So this metal work isn't going to sort itself, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just grab some tools and let's get cracking. What do you reckon? What do you reckon?
Are you just trying to get a
I'm just trying to get a shape.
Oh right, got you.
Even though it's a little bit proud this side, I'll be able to trim that back then, so it'll still be in line with that then.
Yeah.
But then I know it's going to overhang here, so I'll mark on the back now where, like if you look around the back there, I'll mark around the back here where I can trim off this piece, and then I'll be able to weld it straight to there once I've cleaned all this up from the back.
Got you.
And then this bit, clean all this up so long as there's no more holes. Do that bit there, and then once these bits are sorted, I can get a bit of filler in, and then it's get this painted.
Easy work.
So he says. So he says.
I was expecting a marker, not something to scratch the of it, but still.
No, we'll just scratch the out of it. So now we need to cut that bit away from that bit, so all that will be gone. And then I'll leave a little bit of an edge so I can trim it down.
Yeah.
Get it exactly where I want it, and then we'll just weld it in place. Which way around was it now? Just go and get another clamp.
I am going to do the smart thing and take a step back when you start welding.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good idea. I'm not going to lie.
Can you not just have an earth like away from the car, or does it have to be on the car?
No, it's got to be earth to the car.
How does it?
Well, it's got to be earth to whatever you weld into. If it's not earth, then you're not creating a full circuit one.
Part of me was going to ask, can you earth it off a shelf?
Now it's time for me to break out the Terminator goggles. Something out of Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, I think you've got to be like, I'll be back, and
I'll be back. Another one bites the dust. one side down, one side to go.
I'd say you've done a pretty good job of that.
Looks pretty OEM.
That's
Just got
good.
to do
So you're doing it?
that again, just over here. That's why we've got it all sort of cleaned out. I'm probably going to tidy that edge up there a little bit, as it's not quite straight, but
Yeah.
tidy that edge up there, and then yeah, replicate that over here. Bit of rush tracer on the rest of it, and yeah, we can let that sit and dry.
Sounds like a time for a time lapse.
So with the E36 stripped and pretty much ready for the final bits of prep work, before we could do that, there was still one more job left to do. Remove the front suspension along with the front subframe. Now this is where Tony, the owner of this E36, and his son came to the workshop as they wanted to get stuck into this E36 with me. So they're set to work and remove the suspension along with the front subframe, ready to be cleaned and repainted. And while he was here, we also decided it would be a good idea to remove the rocker cover, as it is looking a little flaky and tired with it being 25 plus years old, along with the intake collector or the plenum chamber, whatever you want to call it, so that they could be cleaned and repainted to match. So after getting all that removed, we loaded up the car with the front subframe. That way, well, what?
You won't smash the windows.
Not forgetting the wheels, as they're going to be getting a refresh too. And we will be coming back to these later on in another video. But for now, it's time to crack on and get this M3 painted. So let's cue the music and let's get cracking. So there we go. That is the rest of this E36's bodywork all prepped up. Now, all that's left for us to do is to get this into some base coat. But before we do that, we'll quickly gloss over what we have done. So we've repaired the boot lid or the boot lip for the seal, as that was rotten, as you've seen. We've got a little bit of filler in that back arch, as when we were cleaning it out, we did dig out a bit of filler. So rather than digging it all out, we've just put back what we took out. We've got a little repair there on the bottom of the door, which again, cleaning up the rust. Luckily, it didn't turn to a hole the same as the top of the windscreen. So with all those repairs done, like I say, it's finally time for us to get this into some base coat. So let's not waste any more time. Let's just get some paint mixed up and get it onto the panels. So there we go. That is the body of this E36 all painted. Now, I would love to show you a little bit closer, but I don't want to get too close as it is still a little bit wet and I don't potentially want to mess something up. So if you want to see the rest of this E36 and what we're going to be doing in the next video, all you got to do, if you haven't already, is hit that subscribe button. If you like what we've done so far, give this video a like. Also, drop a comment and let me know what you think of what we've done so far in the comment section. But for now, it is going to be a wrap. So as always, thanks for watching, thanks for following, and I'll see you lot in the next one. I didn't think this through, did I? All together, mint.